This is breaking news.
Kevin Wu on reinventing himself and bringing his idol roots to the US. New York, Pix 11. After more than a decade as a musician and performer, Kevin Wu says it feels like déjà vu to release new music as a solo artist for a different audience. Wu rose to fame with the Korean pop boy group UKIS in 2008, a group that was known for hits like Man Man Honey, Neverland, and Stop Girl. Now, almost 17 years later, Wu is drawing on his idol roots and his love for early 2000s pop R&B as he reinvents himself as a solo artist in America. His newest single, Déjà Vu, released on March 28, and draws on inspiration from artists like Usher and Omarion, while also showcasing Wu's refined dancing skills from his years of training and performance. More latest news from around the tri-state. Pix 11 News caught up with Wu ahead of the single's release to discuss his growing solo career in America, his time on K-pop, the Broadway musical, and his on-screen acting debut in the short film Shoal Switch. It's been a long time since I started releasing new music, because I was quite occupied with my acting projects the past 2 years. But I wanted to bring back this nostalgic sound of R&B pop dance that I grew up listening to, and it's a sound that really resonates with my personal preference of music. I wanted to go back to my roots and really showcase this new side of me that I wasn't really able to showcase while I was in my K-pop group, UKIS. It was really fun to explore different sounds with different producers while I was living in LA, and when I made Déjà Vu, I just instantly knew I wanted to release this. It's paying homage to my K-pop roots with the dance choreography, but the sound is very mature and sexy and shows a different side to me that fans didn't really get to see. I grew up listening to Usher and Omarion, and those really strong solo male artists that do everything like sing, dance, and perform. That era of music was my inspiration for my new sound that I'm going to release this year, and Déjà Vu really sets that tone. Because it's been a while since I've come out with new music as an artist, it feels like I'm reaching out to a new market, a new audience. But there's something about it that also feels like I've been there. It feels like déjà vu because I've been performing for 15 years, but it's like I've reinvented myself. I would love to just really be more vulnerable and intimate with my music. It's something that I've been practicing a lot in the studio because in the K-pop system, we're more like a product of our label. We didn't have much creative input in the studio and in what we were releasing. But now that I'm an independent artist, I'm kind of rediscovering how I want to introduce myself to the music audience. I feel like it's been really refreshing to me. When I'm writing music too, I feel like it's more personal to me, and the more personal I get with my music, I feel like it'll resonate with anyone who needs to hear it. That's the goal with how I see my trajectory with my new music. Yeah, and not only just deep music that I personally relate to, but I also want to show different sides of me. There's gonna be more upbeat, catchy dance songs. There's gonna be more slower ballads. There's everything in between. I want to have a wide spectrum of my artistry so that it's not just leaning towards one genre. To be completely honest, it was a big leap of faith for me to make that huge transition from being in a group, in a big label, having a huge already existing fan base in a market that's already familiar to me. It is very nerve-wracking sometimes. It is definitely scary to not know what's next. But throughout this whole process, the thing I've learned the most was there is no right answer. It's just you got to keep on fulfilling your passion. Once you go down that road, the people that support you and who are always going to be there for you are going to be there for you. I really was able to connect and engage with my fan base even more closely than before through social media. Now I feel like I have full control over everything, which is so liberating, and although it took a few years to really get used to that, right now I feel like I have a really good spot in knowing how to navigate that for my own career. I reside in LA, so when the fires were happening, it was too close for comfort, and I witnessed my friends go through those devastating times. I have friends who have lost their homes, and it just really hit me where I felt helpless. Like I wanted to find a way to give back to my city, my community, and I just didn't feel comfortable sitting at home